Boys hockey is back on CCX. The puck drops tonight for our full game coverage in this COVID-shortened 2021 season. Tonight it's the home opener for Osseo as we step into the cozy Dick Vra Arena for our first game broadcast in the rink since the 1990s. The Orioles take on Coon Rapids next on CCX. Snow falling here outside Osseo Arena and Dick Vra Arena as Coon Rapids and Osseo get set to battle here. The second game of the season for each team. Coon Rapids, a competitive game, but a close loss 4-2 to Armstrong Cooper in their opener. And Osseo scored first, but ended up losing 7-1 to a good Blaine team in their opener on Thursday night. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken, and welcome inside the tin bin here. When this place is full, doing TV is a little bit difficult. So we have not done a high school game here, I don't think ever. We did some youth hockey here many, many years ago. But giving it a try here with the limited crowd, and glad to be here at Dick Vra Memorial Arena, affectionately known as the Tin Bin. I know your son played here, and the guys that played in this program really loved it.
Oh yeah, this arena just held. They knew it was one of the oldest, but one of the most cherished arenas. They love the cold, they love the fast ice here, and just the atmosphere. Because when the crowds were in here, this was one crazy place to watch a hockey game, and it's so nice to be here to be able to do it. I just wish the circumstances were a little better, but it's a storied arena, and many people around the cities know all about the Tin Bin.
Glad to be back playing hockey for both of these teams. Obviously a later start to the season for everybody this year, and we got, we had the pause where they couldn't skate for a while, and we've got them playing in mass and all that, but I think the guys are excited to be here. Both teams returned some players from their teams a year ago. Coon Rapids just a couple of wins last year, but still competitive with the bottom tier of the conference at least. Yes. They had two pretty good games with Osseo, 2-0 and 4-1, and I think both programs are kind of in a similar spot where you say, we've got, maybe we're not what we once were as a program, but we're still have a chance to be competitive. Osseo in particular, won double-digit games last year.
Oh yeah, they got 11 wins and 15 losses, but they split the conference correctly. They have the powers that be that are rated in the top 10 on one side, and then they have the other teams in this side. So it gives them an opportunity to play for a conference crown from their side and win a few games, and you can build from that. When you start winning, the youth teams get bigger and more people start coming out. So hopefully that'll happen here at Osseo and at Coon Rapids.
Let's talk about key players to look for in tonight's game. And for Coon Rapids, we're going to go with a guy, a junior on their first line who got off to a good start. He scored both of their goals the other night. Yeah. He matched his goal total already in that first night against Armstrong Cooper, and Nathan Clark, one of those returners that they're hoping kind of makes that step forward this season.
Yeah, he played last year as a sophomore, and this year he's a junior. He's stepping up to the plate. He's not big, but he's a motor. You can tell by the way he's skating. Very strong skating skills, and he really can snap a shot off. And obviously he made it pay for his best the other night. I think it was a five-point night for him. There were 5 points last year, 2 goals this past the Thursday night.
And for Osseo, a guy who scored their lone goal in their loss to Blaine, and a big rangy forward. He was their leading scorer last year, Jack Pojar.
Yeah, Jack stepped up to the plate against Blaine. He scored 3 minutes and 52 seconds into the game, and kind of shocked Blaine there to get going. But yeah, they played well through about a period and a half, and then just started running out of gas. They're running 2 lines basically, with the third as a filler every once in a while. So there's a lot of pressure on him, but Jack is a heck of a player. He's big, he's strong, he can snap off a shot, and he's a really good skater. And I know his dad really well, and he's pretty proud of him. He's had a real good year this year so far.
So Coon Rapids hoping to knock off Osseo here on the road. The Orioles trying to make a successful debut on their home rink here. We'll drop the puck in a moment. It is the Cardinals and the Orioles coming up here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here to Dick Bra Arena. I'm not in mid-season form, Dan. I have to correct an early mistake. Not the home opener for Osseo tonight. They did play Blaine here the other night as well in their first game, and it's the second straight road game for the Cardinals as the Coon Rapids squad gathering around their goaltender, and Osseo's got a veteran, a little more experience in net for Osseo, as Dale Fannenstein did play a fair amount last year, kind of split time with Cooper Olsen, and whereas Gavin O'Hanlon was on JV last year, but did a good job the other night. They said they were pretty happy with how he played against Armstrong Cooper, so certainly a guy that, both of these guys right now, they say the net is somewhat theirs. They've kind of won the spot.
Yeah. Well, Osseo for Pat last year was scoring about 3 goals a game, whereas Coon Rapids was only scoring at 1 and giving up 6 goals a game. So the Royals have an advantage there, at least from last year's perspective.
Osseo gaining control early, tipped into the Cardinals zone here as Kamani Poor coming back to get it. Orioles able to force a turnover here, but lose it, and it's flipped right back out here by Coon Rapids' Harry Koval. Ooh, a dangerous one there. Fannenstein having to come up with a stop as puck brought a little bit closer to the net maybe than Matt Holeen would like there, as he shrugged off one check, but his teammate actually kind of in the way there a little bit. Carson Strike and Holeen not on the same page there, and it almost cost him.
Yeah, poor guy was traveling real good for the Cardinals and got a good opportunity.
Carried here by Cade Westman up the right side, drops a pass back, here's a shot, and it whistles high and wide from Pojar. Battle for it along the wall here. Back out Strike, and they're looking for the tip, but actually Pojar ended up pretty much blocking the shot instead. Spun around there was Poor. Now puck loose again, Orioles able to free it up. Tried to put it out into the high slot there. Strike keeping it in for the moment, then it's flipped on out. Orioles going to dump it in and get a line change here as it's tracked down by Nathan Klinsing for Coon Rapids. Koval took a hit as he got that puck in briefly, and now back into the Osseo zone it goes. Gabrick Olsen picking it up.
Orioles getting real physical here to start out with. They had 2 good checks on that last shift, so we'll see if they keep that play up.
Holeen, who's definitely, that was dropped in by Jacob Bodine, not Holeen, but Holeen, one of the guys that they're really counting on as their captain of their D. As that one directed to the corner by O'Hanlon. Breakout pass hit a skate. Orioles able to force a turnover again. Quick shot. O'Hanlon had it go off the tip of his glove. And again, Coon Rapids struggling to get that one out.
Also got good puck movement here, good control. They're trying to move the puck around and keep control of it. And
O'Hanlon giving up a big rebound there. Yeah, the Orioles have bottled them up pretty good in the Cardinals zone early on. Another steal here. And that pass didn't make it back to the point. Cardinals able to hammer it out, but only to center. They'll have to hurry on that change. O'Hanlon back to stop it there for Dylan Pack. Pack looking long with it, bouncing off the skate there of Derek Avery. And now the drop pass here, move to the net. And it just skidded away and then sent back the other direction, but Fannenstein never really had to make a save there.
Well, I tell you, Osseo's defense is showing some vulnerability here. They've gotten inside. Cardinals have gotten inside twice on these guys.
Pass at center picked off there by Pack, and he'll send it back in and then head off on a change. And they've had a little bit of shaky handling with it behind their net, too. Pass across here now to Ellingson. Daniel Ellingson coming up the left wing for Osseo. Fights through a check. Centering pass, and it's chopped just wide by Pojar. And we've got a face-off coming up as the net has come off.
Well, you got to remember you're dealing with the second game of the season. Both these teams only played one game, so there's still going to be some rust, some sloppiness, especially since the COVID thing going on.
There's a look at Aaron Frock, the second-year head coach for Coon Rapids, and also a chiropractor. I have to admit, that's not something we hear every day, that a high school coach, but he's enthused about his program. Real nice guy to talk to, and he said the numbers are, pretty decent, and the youth numbers aren't too bad in the next couple of years anyway for Coon Rapids. So obviously there's a program that, hasn't been winning a whole lot in recent years, but they're still, trying to do the right things and get everybody playing together. And he said that's one thing I like about this team is, they're willing to do that. Here's a long shot in, or dumped in on Fannenstein.
Well, the one thing that a new coach will do, a second-year coach too, is he gives hope. He's enthusiastic. He believes in the kids and helps them believe in themselves.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, they're not alone in the changes in their program. Osseo would say the same. Anoka would definitely say the same too. Yep. And it's just, an adjustment is just kind of how things are. You keep working. You're going to maybe don't have the numbers that you used to have in your program, and maybe not the overall skill. But there's still some guys who really love to play hockey and are going to come out and work hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Orioles gaining possession again. That shot zipping high and wide there from strike. Pass to an open wing picked up there by Joey Klinsing. But Cardinals, boy, that's one thing they've had a lot of problems with. They're gaining possession and just not able to get it out. At times making poor decisions, at times not reading what Osseo is doing a little bit on the forecheck, and it hasn't quite cost them on the scoreboard yet, but you have to wonder if it will.
Well, they kind of got a little bit of a deer in the headlights look. They're not moving their feet, and they're letting Osseo take all the momentum by getting the first two steps going after and anticipating where the puck's going. And then when they get the puck, they got an Osseo Oriole on top of them. They just don't make a good decision right now. We'll have to see how that improves.
Well, you mentioned a little bit ago, second game of the season for both these teams, and I think it's even a lot different from a normal second game when you would have, been getting after it and kind of building into the season. Both of these teams did play in a bridge league that was set up once there was a, change in the high school schedule, but even that, of course, had to come to a stop. And then, more or less, here's an opportunity out front. Turnaround try, but a swing and a miss there for Colin Garrity. But, of course, there was, a stop, so the momentum that they maybe gained from being on the ice a lot in that bridge league was really pretty much lost over about a 6-week stretch when arenas were closed, health clubs were closed. Maybe you got a little bit of outdoor skating in here or there, and maybe you got a little bit of workouts in your home and all that, but it's not quite the same.
It's not even close to being the same. You need ice time. You need to be skating along with the other things that you're doing. And it hurt. A good look at Kevin Willie here, 13th season, Osseo alum. Many years he was co-coach with Mark Fino, another Osseo alum, but he's staying with the program, and Mark had to pass up the coaching now for a job promotion, so we wish him luck.
Yeah, it was different to not see those guys. They had taken over together for Garrett Strout 13 years ago and then coached together ever since. But Mark Fino's promotion in his job, it sounded like just kind of left it too difficult to also be coaching hockey. So we do wish him well, and we miss you, Mark. Here's an opportunity. Pojar carrying it in and fires, and O'Hanlon able to close the door right there as it kind of developed into a little 2-on-1. And Pojar, I think, wishing he had picked a corner a little bit better. He put that one into the body of O'Hanlon.
Well, one of the advantages O'Hanlon's got, too, he's pretty big. He carries a lot of space even when he's flat on his knees.
Clean face-off win. That one fought off by O'Hanlon. Then it bounces up near the crossbar. They jab at it. No signal yet. And it did not go in. Osseo, a near miss there. As even that second try popped up in the air, and I thought for a moment it either hit the crossbar or landed on top of the net maybe. As we'll see, it was a little bouncing puck, off his noggin, and then would have landed on top, but it gloved out of there by the defenseman.
And then a hand pass. Well, good coverage by Osseo. Boy, they really went to the net on that one. There were 3 Orioles right there.
Oh, that one hitting the linesman on the clearing attempt. Pojar coming away with it for the Orioles. Whoops, and then the back pass to the point. Sneaking through strike there.
Those are the kind of things that make referees think they're not getting paid enough.
Pass tipped. Pojar gaining control. Westman going to the net. Pojar trying to fight through a check. And another as he keeps it. Tried to go back to strike, but missed, and Pojar's mad at himself there.
Yeah, he's upset. Well, as a quick breakout by the Orioles, if they can keep that up the game, they're going to catch Coon Rapids on a good 2-on-1 situation.
Puck lugged by Luke Sawicki, little drop pass, and then jumped over toward Ellingson, but the puck was up in the air and he couldn't control it. Cardinals trying to get it out. They'll get it to center anyway. Davis Wick gaining control. Banked ahead and then tipped back out. And the Cardinals a chance on the rush here as it's carried by Dylan Pack. Put on the brakes there and took a little bit of a check. Dragged away from Poor there, and Eli Pelleranta sending it ahead. A nice little move to the net. Oh, but the second move was taken away from Sawicki. Then that one nearly sneaking through O'Hanlon. And this will be icing against the Cardinals, as O'Hanlon was tested again right there for Coon Rapids. He's been a busy man so far.
He has.
9 shots on goal up on the board here for Osseo.
Done a good job. He's covering a lot of net, and he's really making them work for it. It looks like you're going to have to get in front of him and start blocking out his eyesight.
Saw that one off his skate, and then it, for a moment, just lay there in front. But first one to it was his teammate, Nathan Klinsing.
You know, the defense and the goalies have got to work together, and the goalie's got to let the D know what he wants done. And he's instructing good. There's always somebody there to remove the situation.
We're going to have a penalty here against Osseo. Rudy Runyon is heading to the box here. And Osseo, I'm not sure what, I didn't see a signal initially. I don't know what this one might have been.
Obviously, Kevin Willey is not happy about that situation, so he's asking the ref about it. Rudy Runyon's going in, number 12 for the Orioles. Yeah, the other night they took 4 penalties against Blaine, and Blaine scored on 2 of them, so they got to get this penalty kill put together pretty quick here.
A fairly long discussion there with Kevin Willey, and honestly, it seemed to me that it was something that happened after the whistle.
Yeah.
Oh, a minor for a face-off violation. I think delay of game sometimes can be called in that, and I wondered if it might have been something to do with equipment, i.e. the mask, but apparently not. Or was it? We don't know that part for sure, but it's something that you don't see called very often anyway, and I think Kevin Willey was kind of, you could just sort of read his facial expression saying, really? Pass out front and a swing and a miss, and now the Orioles shorthanded, picking up possession here as it's carried by Sawicki. Sawicki trying to go to the net there. Cardinals double him up and now get the takeaway, and they try and get their power play going here as here comes Nathan Clark, who had those 2 goals the first night, dropped it out front and just wide off the stick there of Koval. Now throwing on that, Fanenstein the save, and then a short rebound. He's able to cover it up here, so 7:52 to go here. 1:01 remaining in the penalty time to Runyon of Osseo.
There's Harry Koval. He's the returning top scorer back for the Cardinals. He had 3 goals, 8 assists last year for 11 points. So far, the Oils have done a good job with this penalty, but got to get the puck out of here.
Cardinals trying to get their power play set up again here. Back to the point. Nathan Klinsing walking it over now, looking for Andrew Racine. Chopped away, but they're able to keep possession. Thrown down deep. Now they'll come back to the point. Dropped into the circle. Racine leaving it now for Poor. Return pass nicely over to Poor, but he will dump it down deep as they cycle it again here. Trying to get that Osseo box stretched out and out of position.
Ooh.
Thrown to the front, but blocked away. Dominic Espinoza throwing it deep now for Poor. 15 to go in the power play here for Coon Rapids. No score on the board here at the Tin Bin, Dick Brow Arena in Osseo.
They got
and we're going to have another penalty coming up against Osseo here as Westman is going to go. Got the stick in, and it's going to be a trip. So there'll be 2 men short very briefly. Right there, as you see, got the stick out into the skates. So just when they'd worked hard to kill off this first penalty, now they're going to have another one. It's only going to be 4 seconds of 2-man advantage, and then Runyon's penalty will expire.
Well, they've got to, Coon Rapids got to get some shots on goal. They're trying to be a little bit too picky. There you go. Why not? Take a shot.
And there's a deflection goal. Cardinals on the board as Koval will end up deflecting that one in. And so Coon Rapids strikes first, thrown from out high in the slot, and then it hit Koval's either stick or skate and goes in for a power play goal here at 10-12 of the first. And the Cardinals take advantage.
Sets up really good in front of the net. Watch 37 now. He's angling back toward the net. Oh.
Might have gotten away with one a little bit there, and that's how he got so free.
Yeah.
As he had a little bit of contact with Gareth Price, and he, well, in that angle, looked more like Price might have just fallen on his own. They were definitely there and maybe a little contact together, but nice deflection by Koval.
Well, when you're having trouble scoring goals, only averaging a little over 1 a game, get in front of the goalies and raise the problem for him.
Dominic Espinoza gets the assist as he took that shot from the point. So Koval getting his first of the year. Here's Pojar ripping one just wide.
So far this year, Osseo's taken 5 penalties, and the other team scored a power play goal 3 times. Might be a good idea to stay out of the box.
The only fortunate part out of that for Osseo was that first penalty had expired. So now they're not, they're not short anymore after the goal brought Westman out of the box. Try to go to Koval up the middle there. Holine got back to get a piece of that. Here comes Ellingson. Westman going to the net. Ellingson putting it out for Westman. Ooh. Couldn't quite direct it on goal. Then another long shot thrown in. Cardinals able to pick it up. Out to center and then knocked down by Strike. Westman turns and throws it back in.
Well, Strike's doing a good job here, real flexible and holding the blue line as much as he can. Did a good job on that, and he's got the puck now.
Here comes Carson Strike, the defenseman joining the play. Oh, and a big rebound or goal.
There we go.
Put away on the rebound by Garrity, I believe, for Osseo. Yep, Colin Garrity was following up, going hard to the net like you should, just in case there's something like that, a nice rebound, and he's able to put it away to tie it up.
Now, good goal by him. O'Hanlon was trying to get it angled off into the corner, and unfortunately, it kind of slipped a little bit more into the slot where Garrity was standing. There's a good shot right here. It just goes off the stick handle. And he's right there. Garrity's right there to put her away. Oh, we got a tie game now.
So Osseo had been definitely having the better of the play earlier on until those penalties, and they gave up a goal, and they come back and get the answer.
Colin Garrity. Well, the first assist is going number 4, Jacob Bodine. And the second assist to number 18, Carson Strike.
Bodine and Strike will get the assist on the goal for Garrity, his first of the season. So answering just about a minute and a half after the Coon Rapids goal. And we are even up at 1 apiece.
Strike got his second assist of the season.
Race for the puck here as Bodine now able to pick it up. Bodine firing. He had a trailer coming too. The angle wasn't great for that look there, but I don't know if he could quite see him coming or hear him coming.
Sawicki was coming down the middle, and there was an opportunity to get the puck to him. He took a bad angle shot instead, so they'll learn. It's early in the season.
And that time O'Hanlon did not give up a rebound, which in the previous one did so. Orioles able to control the draw, which they've been doing on a pretty regular basis here tonight. Shot deflected over the net, and then it rolls right out front. But Cardinals able to get to it first there with Jordan Lakoviak. Lakoviak will dump it in as he takes a check. Ooh, and a giveaway in the high slot there. But then Joey Quinsing took a hit, and now a race the other way. Opportunity, and whistled just wide by Sawicki. So a couple of their top guns have had some opportunities, Pojar and Sawicki, and not been able to hit the net. Otherwise, the Orioles could certainly be in front of this one.
When you get in that tight, there's no excuse for not hitting the net. Make the goalie work for it. Nothing else that'll create a rebound maybe, you know, when you're in that tight, so.
Yeah, the icing call here against Osseo. 3:41 to go in period number 1. Thank you for joining us here for high school hockey. Glad to be back in the rinks and gyms for winter sports. Belated start here, and got a pretty heavy schedule for you. We hope, obviously, we hope we get all these games and matches and meets in as much as possible here. And obviously, that's sort of an unknown right now. And the fall season was a lot of success, but then toward the end got a little rocky in terms of a lot of COVID cases. So pass across, and that one just rolled away from Pojar, and O'Hanlon able to cover it up.
You know, this first line of the Orioles has got a clue. I mean, they're moving the puck really good back and forth, finding the open guy. And I'll tell you, we almost had, Pojar almost had one there. If they keep spreading it out, moving it like this, there's going to be a few more going in. The Orioles seem to be bigger and a little bit faster than the Cardinals here.
Another clean win on the draw. Westman firing one, and that one into O'Hanlon's body, and he'll hang on. He's looked pretty sharp so far. I mean, he's given up a couple of rebounds, but
he's done a good job.
Another face-off win by Osseo Ellingson. To the point, rebound, and it's in. There's Pojar popping in that rebound as that was off the pad of O'Hanlon. And Pojar was right there waiting and able to slam it home here for the Orioles.
Case of too many Orioles in front compared to Cardinals. The Orioles win. Pojar's big too. He's hard to move out of there. He's long and lanky, and he planted himself right in front looking for that rebound, and by God, he got it. And the Orioles take a 2-1 lead.
I was just starting to think that all of those clean face-off wins were eventually going to pay off. And that's something Coon Rapids has certainly got to work on a little bit, as they've been giving up too many clean possessions to Osseo. As you get a look, rebound, and Pojar was right there waiting.
It's really nice positioning and good shot by the D where it hit the net, where they could get at it, you know.
Osseo goal scored by number 25, Jack Pojar, with an assist going to number 8, Matt Holeen.
Holeen will get the assist. There probably should have been an assist given to the faceoff winner too, I would have thought, but Holeen was the defenseman who took that shot. So Pojar will get it, and a 2-1 Osseo lead, and here they come looking for more. Picked up again out front, then lost, then taken right back. Backhand try there, hit some traffic. It kind of seems like Osseo, seeing that puck go in for Coon Rapids, added an extra step for them. I mean, they've come hard since then.
They've opened up their legs and started skating now. Their passing has been pretty good, spreading out the rink, but it's becoming effective now.
Knocked back into the Cardinals zone, and then D to D they go with that. Tipped ahead as Osseo is finishing up a change. Bodine sending it ahead and dropped in by Pelleranta. Back to get it, Dominic Espinoza. They look to go quick up the left wing, but a little tangle up with the official, slowed that one down. Thrown in, and an Osseo defenseman fell, but the pass back out is intercepted, and here come the Orioles the other way. Oh, 2-on-1. Here's a shot. O'Hanlon with the save, and then covered up by Pack.
He's been giving up some rebounds, Jay. I'll tell you, his D's been saved him a couple times out here with that.
Yeah, getting the angle just right to not kick those back out. Here comes Pojar leading the rush here for Osseo, steaming up the left side. Down he goes, penalty coming. Pojar was taken down, and this will be a trip or a hook here, a tripping call against Coon Rapids. So Osseo will get its first power play.
Well, good hustle on the way back by number 6 there.
Yeah, Kamani Poor. Yeah.
He did a good job. He's played pretty good so far. They're just, you can see just the size of Pojar. He's immense for the smaller defenseman trying to work with him here, and he's just got that puck out there, and he just can't get at it. So it got stuck underneath there.
So Poor in the box for a trip. Osseo to the power play, and O'Hanlon able to glove that one.
Number 6, Kamani Poor, for tripping.
Pretty big kill here for Coon Rapids, I think. If you get out of this period at 2-1, not so bad. If it gets to 3-1 right away, I think it would be a kind of a different feel heading off ice here.
Now keep your eye number 18, Carson Strike, out on the Osseo defense. He's the quarterback, and he'll be moving the puck back and forth between guys who are taking the shot up top. You can see him there. It's at the top of the umbrella.
Ooh, and they moved the puck nicely there, but Pojar missed the net. Holine tracks it down. Got through Strike, but it'll get to the left side, and now back over. Strike playing it low. And O'Hanlon picking that one up. Well, at least for now, it looks like they've had a little bit of time to practice power play.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're taking shots. I like that. And you can outplay yourself on the power play too by moving the puck around too much and just settle in and get a shot on net.
Back for Strike, playing it down low. Now trying to go across. A lot of sticks to get through there. They do keep it in, though. Strike now firing, missed the net high. Under 20 seconds to go in the period here. This penalty will carry over into the second, obviously, unless Osseo ends up getting one late here. Good hustle on the penalty kill there. Good work by
Nathan
Clark to get there, yep.
Good up. Strike had to really work hard to just get him off the puck.
And the first period will come to an end, so the penalty to Poor will continue into period number 2 here. So Coon Rapids got on the board first on a power play goal by Harry Koval, but Osseo coming back with a couple of their own and have kind of dominated this first period here, and they end up holding a 2-1 lead after the first 17 minutes here from Dick Vra Arena, the Tin Bin. You're watching high school hockey in the Northwest Suburban Conference here on CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
Welcome back here to Osseo Arena, the Tin Bin, as the Orioles leading Coon Rapids by a score of 2-1 here after one period of play. Jay Wilcox, Dan Ficken with you here in this second game of the season for both of these teams, as we had a pretty eventful first period, really, as Osseo, I think, came out and certainly had the better of the chances earlier on, but they also had a few key mistakes that kind of almost cost them, like right there. And Orioles were taking the body early on as well, and here comes Pojar in, and O'Hanlon was a busy man in that first period, no two ways about it. Made a couple of big stops, got a little help from the defenseman swatting that one away, and look at you see that puck ending up very close. But there's the second penalty that Osseo took in a row, and that one led to Coon Rapids getting their first goal. A deflection out front by Koval. So they took a 1-0 lead. As you see it again, the shot deflecting maybe twice even. It hits Koval and goes in. And so they had the lead, but that lead only lasted 1 minute and 25 seconds as Osseo came back strong, and a rebound goal there by Colin Garrity tied it up. And then just about 2 minutes later, there's a look at that rebound goal again there. And Osseo came back to take the lead for the first time on another rebound try as Pojar was camped out front and made quick work of that one. So you see Orioles' dominance in play showing up on the shot chart there. And they took 2 penalties. Coon Rapids took 1. That Coon Rapids penalty is still in effect here heading into period number 2 as Kamani Poor still in the box for another 57 seconds here in the period. We'll take a timeout here. We'll come back with period number 2 here from the tin bin. It's Osseo 2, Coon Rapids 1 here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to Dick Bra Arena in Osseo. It is Osseo leading Coon Rapids by a score of 2-1 as we get set for period number 2 here, and Coon Rapids will be shorthanded for 57 seconds to begin this second period.
You can see by that box score the reason this game's close. The Coon Rapids goaltender's already got 20 saves, which means he's on pace for 60 tonight. And he's done a really good job of keeping them in. Gavin O'Hanlon of the Cardinals. And that's really been the story, Jay.
Be interesting to see what kind of adjustments both teams make. Coon Rapids, a couple things I think that cost them. Losing so many face-offs certainly didn't help.
Yep.
And I think they also at times were a little too obvious or predictable with where they were going and trying to break out, and it led to some turnovers. And meanwhile for Osseo, I think hitting the net better on some of their shots would definitely be one of the things, because they've had, they really could have more than 2.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is they had a few times needed to shore up things in their own zone where they maybe took gambles they didn't need to take. So Coon Rapids winning the draw here to begin the period. Again, they are a man short. Osseo would love to add to their lead right away here in this period as they go on the power play. Tipped into the Cardinals zone. Nathan Klinsing back to it. Bounces it out to center, and here the race is on. Ethan Hansen, and just jabbed away from him as he tried to shoot as Pojar caught up to him on the back check.
Good back check for Pojar. He's a two-way player, just not in the offensive zone. Nice play by him.
Able to track this one down. Now we'll come back out to strike. Sliding it across. Holeen. That one deflected wide. O'Hanlon tapping it toward the corner. 10 seconds to go in the power play, and that one into the shin pads there. Nice block by Racine. Strike. Ooh, almost had Racine steal that one away. Here comes Holeen. Penalty is over. Poor is out of the box. So Coon Rapids able to kill it off. Westman circling back, playing it down deep. Westman going to the net here. It goes off the side of the net. Cardinals again struggling to get it out. Jolin's blast right up into Poor. Had to fight that one off to protect his neck and face. And now here comes Poor out of there with it. A 4-on-2 as they come on the rush. Oh, and a heavy-duty check. Rebound is in. Well, Bodine did a good job of taking out the puck carrier, but then they were outnumbered down low, and the rebound pushed in by Ethan Hansen, I believe, for Coon Rapids.
But if you look out front here in the replay, you're probably going to see 2 red jerseys and 1 white jersey in front of the net there on that rebound. Yeah, the other defenseman's over there making play on the shooter.
Yeah, as Hansen puts in the rebound of the shot by Nathan Klinsing.
And Gabrick Olsen just got kind of tied up there as the puck took a weird bounce off the goalie pads.
So the Cardinals tie it up here after killing off that penalty. They come back with an odd man rush. It was interesting because Bodine.
Here's Nathan Klinsing and number 6, Poor.
Nathan Klinsing and Poor get the assists on the goal here by Coon Rapids. 1:35 of period number 2. I was just going to say that the original puck carrier, Bodine lined him up and took him out well, but he got the puck away just as he was being checked.
Yep.
And it's kind of called taking one for the team there, as he was able to, to keep possession, keep wide enough that even though he got checked and taken out, he still got the puck away. And a takeaway try there by Sawicki. Back to the point and knocked down. An opportunity now for Osseo. And there's a pad save by O'Hanlon. Able to kick that one over to the corner. As Dan said, if there was one thing about Gavin's first period, is that he gave up a few juicy rebounds. And that would be one thing that he would like to shore up a little bit, even though he had a busy and effective first period overall. And that one up into the Osseo bench.
Well, you can see, Osseo is really, dominating well. They're getting control inside the offensive zone, move the puck around. And I think the one area that, there's 2 areas. Turnovers at the wrong time and also taking penalties. They need to get better control of the puck and not give up chances. Coon Rapids.
Oh, there's a big rebound as O'Hanlon made the pad save. Now Pojar up with it here for Osseo. Back out to the point, and that shot directed high off the glass.
Well, I like the fact the Orioles are going hard to the net.
Knocked away, and at center, the defenseman Price read that one and chopped it back in. Then a long pass ahead, nearly an odd man rush there. Pass was blocked as they tried to get it back out front for Hansen, who just had that rebound goal a moment ago.
Well, Wick and Price, the defense for Osseo, were real good. They stayed right with those forwards. They didn't run up the ice, and that puck got dumped back in the zone.
There'll be an icing call here against the Orioles as they tried to spring Sawicki with a long diagonal pass that did not connect. Yeah, you're right. That was a pretty good recovery because for a moment it was looking dicey how that change was made. They were, but they read each other well there. They didn't overcommit and did as best they could to get back into position and ended up blocking that pass. I think that's one of the things that you really can overlook is how a defensive pair meshes and works together and how they read each other and it's something that takes playing together for a while. Usually they get used to. Here's an opportunity now, partial breakaway chance here for the Orioles. Pelleranta, and he scores.
Nice play, good turnover, pickup, got a breakaway, went down on the Cardinal net and found the high upper right corner and buried it for the Orioles.
The sophomore able to put it away. Boy, this one, it's not that often that you get a breakaway from center ice there, and he did a nice job. I thought for a moment the back check might get there, but he did a nice job of possessing this and taking his time while not going too slow.
He's lining it up. He had his head up right away as he crossed the blue line, looking for where he wanted to put the puck. And at that point, the goalie's helpless.
So Osseo retakes the lead at 3-2 as the sophomore Eli Pelleranta gets the goal. Centering pass here picked off, and the Orioles coming back the other way.
The Orioles scored by number 24, Eli Pallarenta. With an assist for number 15, Luke Sawicki, and number 8, Matt Holeen.
Sawicki and Holeen get the assists on the first career varsity goal for Pallarenta for Osseo, in an exciting moment in any hockey player's career. I mean, I'm sure he scored some on the way up, but that first varsity one feels pretty good.
The Orioles are really opening it up. They're really sending some rink-length passes and trying to fly a wing out here and there and looking to turnover. So they're trying to open this up a little more, take advantage of their speed and size.
Yeah, and I mean, they've had an icing or two from it, but I think if you're going to generate chances at the rate that they've been able to, you might take that on occasion. Here's Poor putting it out front. That one knocked to the corner.
When you're winning 85% of your face-offs, especially in your zone, you don't worry about it too much.
And for Coon Rapids, I had the feeling, watching that first period too, that, I mean, you can't just say you need to win more faceoffs. It's not that simple. Obviously,
No.
they're trying to, but I think they need to maybe look at it from a more defensive perspective, that you can't lose it that cleanly. If you're going to lose a draw, at least tie them up a little bit.
Exactly.
Cardinals coming back. Clark's pass, and then slid over to an open wing. Try to put it out front there. A battle for it between the pair number 4s there, Bodine and Clark. And that one deflecting over now to Gabrick Olsen. Orioles changing up behind him here as he tries to keep possession enough to get some teammates to join him. Now here comes Clark, and knocked away.
Well, I think too about Coon Rapids. Now that's the first really second.
And another Osseo goal on the breakaway, not from nearly as far out, but this time Ellingson able to walk in alone and pump it in here for the Orioles.
Well, 2 coming in alone goals, breakaways basically for the Orioles here. I was going to say Coon has been fairly disciplined, but there's been 2 failures by their D here that got caught up ice a little bit. You can see number 5 there got caught up. He should have been back. He's the middle guy, and he saw his partner was coming up against the wing, and you can see what happens. The wing gets open on the far side and gets in and puts it away.
Nice backhand move there by Ellingson, as he seemed to kind of have that in mind coming into the net. Nice decisive moves on both those breakaways too. And here's another chance. Pojar close in. Westman will get the assist, and here they go again. Here's Westman scoring. Westman just got an assist, and he wasn't satisfied with that. He's open on the weak side and able to pop that one in. And so Osseo opening up the floodgates here.
Well, after the 3rd shot, they finally put it in. Hanlon made 2 good saves. The defense made another save for him. But it was just too much. There were too many Orioles in front of that net. You see him coming down here as a full line.
Yeah, good save on that first shot by Pojar, but Osseo sticking with it, and then a real nice read there by Ellingson. I mean, you really wouldn't have faulted him if he had shot from that close, but he saw his teammate Westman wide open and gave it to him.
I'll guarantee if Westman would have lost that puck, I'll guarantee he would have been in his face big time. That was a nice play, heads up play. Found the open guy, easy goal.
Ellingson and Pojar get the assist as it's 5-2, and now we got a face-off coming up as the net has come off. So Osseo taking it to Coon Rapids after that Cardinals goal to early in the period. Now Osseo getting 3 in a span of about 2.5 minutes.
Now it's shooting Coon Rapids 25-6. I don't think the Osseo goalie's broken a sweat yet, Jay, actually. Probably won't need to take a shower, but yeah, the way Osseo's come out and really dominated this and broken it open, they've done a great job.
And you sort of had the feeling that they were close to doing that in some ways in the first period. But O'Hanlon was, making a lot of stops, and just a few things here and there weren't quite clicking for Osseo quite as well as they have. But now they've shown an ability to really put the puck away here early in the second.
Well, they were showing a good 1-2 process, but couldn't get that third step in the process. Now they're putting the third step in this period of putting it away. And they're hitting the net, too, by the way.
Orioles looking to reverse it here to get the breakout going, and it comes around to Price.
We'll see if the Cardinals still have some fight left in them. Nice play there by the D.
Stepping up, and the opportunity, a near miss as Dylan Pack read that one very well. Put out front here, and Fannenstein making the save, and then things get physical out front as they were kind of hacking away at it, and the Orioles let them know that they weren't pleased with that little push out front as Racine, one of the captains, was in there working for it.
You're walking into Castle dangerous country in front of that net, boy. I tell you, keep your head up because something's going to come at you.
I think a good job, though, of, on both sides of getting physical, getting after it, but then letting it end there, not let your emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, for either side, you don't want to take a penalty in that spot. I mean, if you're Osseo, good job protecting your goalie. That's what you want to do, but going to the box isn't what you want, and they didn't. Or trying to put it out front, and that shot goes just wide. Now it's the Cardinals' turn to get a little flurry going. Looks like the net has come off here.
Ain't no quit in him right now, and after 5-3, getting stunned that way, there was a possibility. They aren't, though. They're coming at it pretty hard. Like I said, that's the most work the Osseo goalie's had this period.
That's something that Coach Frock likes to see, I'm sure, is, whatever level you're playing at, you don't want to see heads hang when the other team puts a goal or two up on you. You want the opposite. You want them to kind of be upset by that and fight back hard, and that's what we're seeing right there.
Yeah, get back in there and dig in.
Here's an opportunity, but Clark had his stick lifted just as he was deciding when to let that one go. Here comes Pojar. Westman drops it off, and a beauty for Ellingson. Tic-tac-toe. Pojar to Westman to Ellingson, and Osseo makes it 6-2.
Well, Osseo's discovered their fire wagon hockey mode here. That was about as pretty play as you could do. You couldn't draw that up any better in the locker room, for heaven's sakes. Tic-tac-toe, Pojar, Westman, and then to Ellingson, and bang.
Hockey can be such a fun game when it's flowing like that, right? I mean, those guys all knew where the puck was going to go as soon as they got it. And the angles were right, and they get the goal.
Came down in good positioning. They noted where the defense was and kept themselves all three open.
And the number 25, Jack Pojar. Ellingson is second of the game from West.
So Ellingson getting his second of this period.
8:36.
And that was one that, obviously for the Cardinals, O'Hanlon would have loved to rob them, but it almost felt like that one should go in just because how beautiful the play was, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's nothing he could do about that.
Long race for it here. Fannenstein was a little bit, now he's discussing it with Strike. It seemed a little bit hesitant on that one. Here's another look at this play as the rush comes back up ice.
1, 2, 3, bang. Everything happened as soon as they got across the blue line. Really a nice play, knowing where each other was pretty.
Coach is happy about that one too. I mean, honestly, you don't see, when you're practicing without any D out there, you don't see it done any better than that.
Oh, I know, yeah. I mean, and I tell you what, the adrenaline pumping in all three of those guys right now is like, we did that.
Chance the other way, and a spin around pass as they look back for Racine, didn't quite connect. Collision there, and Hansen got the better of that one.
The Osseo defense got caught pretty good there by Coon Rapids, but they recovered well and caused enough distraction that it destroyed the play. That third pass coming across to the charging winger just didn't come in right.
Flipped ahead here and picked up by Dominic Espinoza for Coon Rapids. Throwing it on net. Pfannenstein the save. Ooh, and then Espinoza, big check, throws it out high. Turnaround try. I think the net has come off again here as there was a... Puck lays loose in the circle after the draw. Orioles gain control and then push ahead.
That was behind.
Not going to see the arm come up, it looks like, though.
Nope, he didn't cut it out of the corner of his eye.
Orioles trying to keep it in, knocked down in front, but then they kick it back free. Try to go back to the point, but that one picked off by Nicholas Espinoza. Gabrick Olsen back to play it. It takes a funny bounce, and Pfannenstein wasn't taking any chances. Ooh. He comes diving out on top of that one.
You said defenseman pick his leg up real quick to keep the skate blade out of the way?
Yeah. I think he was very much caught off guard by the fact that his goalie was coming for that puck like that.
Yeah. Sometimes communication breaks down. Well, so I've been very impressed with the first line of the Osseo Orioles. I also like the defensive pairing of Holine and Strike. I think that's a really good pair, too.
Here's that first line back out there. Pojar carrying it up the right side. Drops it back. Strike. And long one on net. O'Hanlon, another fairly big rebound there. Now the breakout pass does connect. But Holine was back in good position to stop Clark.
Saw his partner was up front and stayed inside the blue line. He got back in the middle and broke up the play.
Pojar, long rink-wide pass right on the tape of Westman, and then his pass for Ellington hit a skate. Kept in, though. Out front it comes. Pojar, a turnaround try, and O'Hanlon got a piece of it. Now Pojar back up with it. Out to Strike at the point, and that one into traffic. Cardinals able to get the clear and then dumped ahead toward Clark, but it's going to come a little too far, and Pfannenstein able to cover it up.
I'm really glad Pfannenstein didn't try and flick the puck up to one of his forwards. He did the smart thing, just stop the thing, get a whistle, start over again.
6-2 Osseo. They led 2-1 after one period, and then have put a flurry together after Coon Rapids tied it early in the second. 4 goals in a span of less than 4.5 minutes for Osseo, and they now lead 6-2. And a turnover forced here. Backhand try. Pfannenstein got a piece of that one as Racine went to the net. Orioles get possession, but then turn it back over. Pack. Ooh, and Pfannenstein, that one I think hit somebody in front. Little activity after the whistle here, and I think we'll probably see penalties called this time.
Yeah, they'll probably take one each and just get the situation calmed down. But I like that. The Cardinals got a little fight in them, by gosh. They're not standing for this. They got it inside the zone here, and they got a good opportunity. And then they just started one hack onto the goalie, and of course that upsets every defenseman in the entire Western world.
I was incorrect. It looks like they are not calling penalties out of that.
And we'll see how that bodes well for the rest of the game. See if the chippiness continues.
Battle for it along the wall there, and now jumping in to pick it up was Runyon. That one gets up and out of play here. 4:34 to go in the second period. It's been all Osseo in the second, and they lead it 6-2 here, trying to get in the winning column. And again, their second home game. I apologize earlier, falsely claiming it was the home opener. I don't know. I just had a little brain lock there. They did play Blaine here on Thursday night as well.
It's their TV premiere for the Tin Bin.
Yes.
Yeah, the nice thing too, it's intimate here. It's very close, as you can tell by the camera angles we got here, that we're close to the action, and the crowd can be right on top of you here.
That shot attempt never made it to the net. Orioles a little trouble breaking it out though. And thrown to the front. That one will go all the way to the corner. Osseo's extended their bench a little bit here now too, and you're seeing a little bit less flow, I think, because of that too. Guys, they haven't had as many shifts. It kind of takes a little while to get into the game.
Well, the problem is, against Blaine, they really had us to play two lines for the whole game, or for a lot of the game, and Coach Willie told us it kind of took a lot out of them.
Here comes Sawicki, partial breakaway, and tried to tuck it in. Puck was still loose. They try and jam at it. Follow-up try, hits a body in front, and O'Hanlon scrambling to his feet as he somehow kept that one out.
There were too many bodies in front of the net.
They tried to push him in with the puck there as well, briefly, it looked like. And that one misfire is going to be icing here against Osseo. Another look at this one is Sawicki trying to go to the backhand move there. O'Hanlon the stop, but you see the puck was never covered.
Nope.
So, correctly, no whistle yet. But then the follow-up is when things get a little interesting. There's a backhander that I don't know for sure if it hit O'Hanlon or Espinoza as the defenseman there, but a near miss for Osseo.
There might have been an assistant coach in the net there just blocking things out. I mean, you were going to get the puck in there. Too many bodies in front, but, really good effort by the Cardinals. And just there was a good strike by Osseo, but the Cardinals stood up to it.
Lakoviak picking that one up. And to the line, but not out. Poor pushing it back down deep now for Pack. Reversing that one here, but Osseo forecheck getting there as well as Ben Koenig. Cardinals trying to get it out again, dangerous, and a good read by the netminder O'Hanlon to break that pass up after his team turned it over. And
well, this is a good shift by the third line by the Orioles. They did a good job of staying in the zone.
Koval trying to go to the net there. He had the first goal of the game. Check frees that one up, and here come the Orioles with Westman. Puts on the brakes. Westman cutting across the slot. That one was knocked down. Here comes Clark back the other way now for Coon Rapids. He's all alone though. Fired the shot that caught the glass. Westman looking ahead now for Ellingson. Squirted free from him. This first line has done much of the damage here tonight for Osseo. The Ellingson, Westman, Pojar line. Here's Holeen, their top defenseman, carrying it.
Boy, is he smooth.
Holeen going to the net. He skated right through the stick of the Cardinals player. Now back out, here's Strike. Holeen out top, firing, rebound! And O'Hanlon again scrambling to his feet, and that one somehow stayed out of the net. Cardinals ice the puck here with 1:08 to go in the second as Osseo continuing to put some pressure on there, and O'Hanlon had to make another big stop right there.
He's just flopping around down there, just trying to get anything he can on the puck, and he's done a good job. I mean, the goals that have been scored on him have been pretty much point blank right in his face.
Strike keeping that one in.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
We go under a minute to play in the second. Pojar working his way back, finds Holeen at the point. Banking it off the end wall. Pojar putting it out front. And they had the setup in mind there, but just kind of couldn't quite get clean shot on that one, and it bounced free over, and we're close enough for O'Hanlon to pounce on it. Off the draw, Orioles won it. Westman popping it loose. Now backhand pass for Pojar, and that one bounces away. Tried to go to the point, but instead it was picked off, and here come the Cardinals out. Avery sent it ahead, but Holeen takes it. 30 seconds to go here in the second. Holeen leading the rush out. Finding Westman. Westman's shot goes up over the net. Near takeaway by Cade Westman. Now Strike pinching in, finding Pojar to the backhand, and he scores!
Oh.
There's that long reach you talked about, and he kept possession and made it look easy.
Yeah, peekaboo move there, peekaboo. Here's the puck, see it? Come get it. Good, Lundgren missed, I got it. Put in the net.
So he will get his second goal of the game. His line mate Ellingson has a pair, and Westman also a goal.
Yeah, this first line has been really, really good for the Orioles. But it was that third line that kind of got it. What a move. Just goes to his left and brings back to the right as he comes through. Just nothing O'Hanlon could do about it.
Final seconds of the period.
Osseo goal scored by number 25, Jack Pojar. With a goal assist, scoring number 17, Cade Westman. Pojar from
Westman will get the assist. We have a penalty here before the period ended. An interference call coming up. We had a stick fly way up in the air after the check, and it landed on somebody's head. And so the penalty call will be made right as the period ends there. And we will... Looks like they are going to send them to the locker room, but it looks like it is going to be a penalty against Osseo. Pellerenta will go for interference, but that won't start until the third period. So 17 minutes going to be the time of the penalty. Well, a dominant second period for Osseo as the Orioles get 5 in the period. Our score after 2 here at the Tin Bin is Osseo 7, Coon Rapids 2.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
Welcome back here to Osseo and Dick Bra Memorial Arena. The Tin Bin is Osseo leading Coon Rapids by a score of 7-2. Orioles erupting for 5 in that second period after Coon Rapids had tied it up early in the second. As we get a look at our highlights from period number 2, starting with that goal from Coon Rapids. Little 2-on-1 out front, rebound goal popped in there by Hansen. And then Osseo coming back with a breakaway chance for Pellerenta as he gets his very first career goal, the sophomore, putting it away to put Osseo back in front at 3-2, and then the floodgates kind of open from there a little bit as the Orioles getting another breakaway here, and Ellingson scoring on the back end. Then it's Ellingson and dropping it off. Here's Pojar putting it out front. Nice little pass across, and Cade Westman finishes that one. And then that first line doing the damage again. This was probably the prettiest of the bunch here as they had a great connection. Pojar going across to Westman, dropping it back, and Ellingson pumping it home. And another angle on that, how that one developed. Just great vision and read and spacing there for that line. And they were not done yet. Late in the period with only a little over 10 seconds to go, Pojar making a nice move to the net after receiving the pass in front, and that one makes it 7-2 as the Orioles dominating in the shot chart there as well, 34-12 now. They did take a penalty right to end that period, so they will be shorthanded. Coon Rapids, get to see what they can do on the power play as the third period gets set to begin here. We'll take a timeout and we will come back with that third period. Thanks for joining us for high school hockey here. We've got a busy schedule coming up basketball and hockey and more here. So thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you a lot more here this winter on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Osseo Orioles making their way back onto the ice here as we get set for period number 3 in our first boys hockey telecast of the 2021 season here on CCX Sports. We saw the Maple Grove girls lose a tough one to Blaine on Friday night, 1-0 battle there with some great goaltending for the Bengals. And here in this one, Osseo really kind of dominating that, well, and somewhat the first period too, but even more so in the second. And it's been pretty clear, Dan, that when that Westman and Ellingson and Pojar line is out, they are kind of a notch above anybody the Cardinals can throw at them, it appeared.
Yeah, they're bigger and faster right now than anything Coon Rapids has got, and they've certainly opened it up and showed that type of capability here. They needed that. I mean, they took a beating the other night, 7-1 against Blaine. And they felt they played well, but, just enough shots wouldn't.
Call that went to Coloranta, and there he is. I always feel like, though, I mean, yes, it'd be nice to get a power play goal early, but I always feel like a lot of times teams aren't quite into the flow just to begin a period, and it's not necessarily a great time to have a power play. You would think it would be in some ways, but it just feels like a lot of times it's hard to be super sharp to begin the period.
I agree with you. And a lot of times, too, you see how wet the ice is?
Yep, that's another factor for sure. Here's Strike, dropping it off. Ellingson shorthanded, and he scores. Ellingson with the hat trick, as he will get a shorthanded goal right there. Strike did a lot of work on that one as well.
Yeah, Russ needs to take Mr. Strike out to McDonald's after the game and buy him a burger or two. Look at that pass by Strike. Geez, flipped it right up, right onto a stick. All Ellingson had to do is just bury it.
Now, I think the fans are kind of wondering, all right, we've got COVID here. Maybe we can't throw hats on the ice, right?
Oh, my gosh. Get away from your basic hockey instinct. It's hard. It's hard, Jay.
Another opportunity here. And stopped by O'Hanlon.
Daniel Ellingson. With assist going to number 18, Carson Strike, and then number 17, Cade Westman.
Strike and Westman get the assists on that one. And as Dan mentioned while watching that replay, Strike, not all assists are created equal. That one was a definite assist. Sometimes you just happen to touch the puck along the way and get an assist. That was not the case there. That was a great pass. Put out front here and flipped on out. A little over 40 seconds still to go in the power play for Coon Rapids, but it's Osseo having scored the shorthanded goal. Cardinals trying to get something going and popped back out to center. Pack sending it across there for Avery, and down he goes, and it's cleared back out.
Boy, Osseo just standing at their own blue line, not letting anything get past them or by them or through them, and they Throw it back down to the Rapids end. Rapids get nothing going here.
Long pass that does not connect. Coon Rapids starting to look a little bit tired too, and I think it's safe to say that probably every team right now is feeling like our conditioning isn't where it would normally be at this point of a beginning of a season. How could it be really when you think about it?
Well, now's the time where you're kind of really glad you got a good third or fourth line, that you can put in throughout the game to give your first two a break. And unfortunately, the numbers for both of these programs, it's not been easy putting an effective third or fourth line together.
Penalty time is over, so Pelleranta out of the box and Osseo to full strength here. And they not only did they kill it off, they got a goal of their own shorthanded to stretch the lead here to 8-2. That one thrown to the front. Dump back to the corner here.
That Osseo forecheck still doing a heck of a good job.
Dug free there by Garrity, who has a goal tonight, and then that one put across the goal mouth. Cardinals unable to get it out.
See, just good support there. If one guy misses it, there's a guy right there to support him on it and take the puck back.
Good opportunity in tight there for Garrity, and then he was checked into the net. And Garrity and Dominic Espinoza, instead of getting up angry and getting a little pat on the helmet, I think their equipment was tangled a little there.
Yeah.
And they both realized that wasn't really anybody's fault. We just got to separate and get out of here. Back out to the point, strike, and now Pojar putting it across for Westman. That one was denied.
Yeah, good play by the Osseo D there. Just get it in deep. You don't have a shot, that's all right. Put it down deep.
Pojar swinging it across. Thrown. Here's Pojar firing, and that one hits the glass. Back out for strike. Back down to Pojar. Westman jumping in to help. Pojar comes out of there with it. Fires. O'Hanlon the save. Then the rebound trickled free. Pojar back up with it.
Boy, that size made all the difference of him walking out of that corner with that puck.
Olin dropping it off. It got away from strike as they got a little close together. Be interesting to see. I mean, depending on score here, I would guess we probably will only see another shift or two maybe out of Osseo's first line. Maybe. I mean, it kind of depends. But so they're kind of take advantage of what they can. And let's be honest, the Osseo isn't going to have that many games where they're this far ahead either. Yeah, it isn't, true. They're not Andover. They were, so you kind of factor those things in a little bit too, I think, and where we are early in the season, and also just how ready you feel your fourth line guys are to really compete at the varsity level too. You don't want to overuse them or put them in bad spots too.
No, this is a perfect opportunity for third and fourth line right now. Develop them to see what you got and maybe switch a few things around to see if they want to play together, a little bit better. So I would expect to see that happen here in the next few shifts.
Check thrown there, and a big one by Bodine, who was 6'4", 190 as a sophomore. You mentioned it earlier. Osseo's got a few pretty good-sized guys.
Yeah, they do. A number of 6-footers on the team.
Battling through the check there was Sawicki. Gains control here and then reverses field and comes back the other way. Goes back to the point with it. And a turnaround try there, goes just wide. And tried to throw it back out front. O'Hanlon was hugging the pipe there. Puck loose again. Oh, and then knocked toward the net.
Ugh.
And I think we have a penalty coming up here against Coon Rapids. Yes, we do, a slash.
Yeah, but a good play by number 15. Luke Sawicki again down there, just popping it low, and Coon Rapids got a hold of it and just kept it down in that zone nice and created an opportunity.
Oh, it looks, this may be a penalty against Osseo rather than Coon Rapids, it appears, yes. We do have running time now, by the way, here in this third period with the 6-goal margin. So it is going to be Pellerenta getting his second penalty in a row. And I think it kind of felt like most of the people on the ice sort of thought at first that it was against Coon Rapids, but they said no, other way around. So power play chance here for the Cardinals. But again, with this running time, your power play kind of feels like it's not a full power play.
Yeah.
Here's Clark trying to go to the net here for the Cards. Flipped in, it's kept in. Espinoza dropping it down, but Osseo gets there first, and Nathan Klinsing has to go back to center to play it across to Dominic Espinoza. And dumped out of there by Noah Lindberg, getting some ice time here for Osseo on the penalty kill.
Yeah, so part of third line's out there right now, and they're getting some value experience on the penalty kill.
Pass deflected and then tipped just wide. Cardinals getting their power play set up. That one goes wide of the mark. Osseo gets control and no fooling around. They just ring it down the rink. 45 to go in the man advantage here for Coon Rapids. Again, we have running time, so if there is a whistle, their power play will go by rapidly. That pass behind its intended target. Nice little step up by Bodine. And Bodine will send it down the rink. Clark has that one hop off his stick, and Bodine is first to it and hammers it right back down. 15 to go in the man advantage here for Coon Rapids. They trail it 8-2 here about midway through the third.
Osseo defends their blue line really well here too. They're not letting anything closer in, and they really step up. That's the first time. Well, Coon Rapids didn't get it in the zone. They got it into the goalie who froze it, but. Osseo's been very effective on the penalty kill tonight.
The penalty time is over, but they have to wait till play resumes to allow Pellerenta out here. Now he's back on in their full strength. Here's a shot. Fanenstein the save. And that puck came just over the blue line, so offside against Coon Rapids. Here's some of what we have coming up for you here is busy week next week. Big one in boys basketball on Tuesday, and then we've got girls basketball with Maple Grove and Osseo, the rivalry renewed, and then some hockey coming up Thursday, Saturday. Breck, Providence, and Tatina Grace, Maple Grove. And again, schedule very much subject to change this year. We hate to have to say that, but it is definitely true. It's proved to be true in the fall season.
If you get a chance, Breck and Maple Grove are both very much worth watching this year. Maple Grove's rated number 2 in boys in the state.
Sawicki picking it up here for Osseo. Runs into traffic that included the referee there. Now thrown to the front, but picked off by Pack. Pack lugging the puck here for Coon Rapids. He's had some nice moments for them.
Oh, yeah.
He's done some good things. Holeen picking it up. And it hops away near the blue line. Then the pass back was a little wide of Pack. Now he's 1 against 2 here. Has to be careful with it. Strike tried to block that clear. And now they do get it back out. Holeen back to pick it up here for the Orioles. Ellingson almost gave it away. Holeen coming back to get it.
That drop pass almost dropped onto the wrong stick.
That's right.
Oof.
Poor gaining control here for Coon Rapids. Nice pass ahead, and another as the rush, though, broken up by Holeen.
Well, again, that speed Osseo has just an extra step or two pretty much all the way around the rink on the Cardinals.
Strike picking it up. Nice little move to get out of trouble. Finds Westman. Holeen ahead now for Strike. Westman down the middle, and Westman went off the heel of his stick. Drops it back. Here's a save by O'Hamlin, and then he'll cover as Ellingson was looking for another goal. He already has 3 tonight.
Yeah, Hanlon has just done a valiant effort tonight. He's just gotten swamped with shot after shot. I mean, there's 37 shots on him right now. He's looking a little tired.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as you'd like to say otherwise, it's hard not to get a little discouraged when you're falling down, you know, and I don't mean him in particular, but just the team as a whole.
Yeah.
You know, and you can see that things haven't gone as well as you'd like and you're down 6. But those are the times you kind of try and battle through it. And this is where I think a lot of times, and there's a nice pad save by Fannenstein. Kids don't sometimes realize that coaches are still kind of watching to see how you react to this stuff too.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Who's going to step up and just work harder when you're behind as compared to who's going to hang their head or start taking penalties or things like that.
Yeah, you're right. It's a grit your teeth or hang your head type situation. And there's some kids that just we're down too far. I'm not going to worry about it.
And I think if you're Osseo too, and Kevin Willie, there's, you're excited at some of the really nice goals you've had tonight. But at the same time, you've got to realize that, you're not going to probably have that every night. There's going to be some tougher games where you're going to need to win games with a tip in or a rebound or by working gritty. So you're thrilled that they're scoring some beautiful goals, but you know that you can't count on that every single night. You still have to play the game the right way.
Yes. Yeah, totally. But, with them, they know they got a line that can score, for sure, okay? Now you get the rest playing good defense, get some good goaltending, and we get a situation like Maple Grove Blaine Girls last night where your defense is winning the games for you when you can't get the 7-8 goals.
And a penalty coming up here against Osseo as just getting the stick in a little bit. It'll be a hooking call against Runyon.
Got to keep control of that stick. That's an easy call for the refs nowadays.
Kevin Willie got to be pretty happy with the way things have gone here for his team this evening.
It's always good to bring a win to the hallowed halls of the Tin Bin.
So Coon Rapids getting a power play here. Chance to get on the board late in the game. Here's an opportunity, and they do exactly that. As a goal for the Cardinals, pumped in by Clark.
5-hole. Well, it looks like the Coon Rapids Cardinals have found themselves another scorer here. Nathan Clark has really stepped up these past 2 games, and he wasn't quitting. You'll see him pass come through, and he comes up toward the net. Yeah, 5-hole. Got through the 5-hole on the goalie.
And so at 8-3, that'll make us under the 6-goal margin, meaning running time is not in effect anymore. I'll see if they'll put more time back on. They stopped it at 2:10. It probably should have been a little more than that even, but
yeah,
I think that's probably what they're going to do. To a certain extent, probably both teams are thinking like, we don't necessarily want more time put up, but you got to play it by the book.
That's right, and exactly. And besides that, that was a good moment for Coon Rapids. They scored a goal and they got running time on. They got running time taken off. And don't think for 2 seconds the coaches weren't talking about get running time off.
Pojar to Ellingson for a goal, and here's running time again. Osseo says, okay, if you're going to pull back.
Osseo's not having any of it.
Pull back close to us, we'll throw our first line back out.
Well, that's exactly what they did.
And it didn't take long for that unit to go to work, and Ellingson getting his 4th goal of the game.
Oh, this is a good line. This line can play. They got the first goal on Blaine the other night to go ahead.
Boy, and if it wasn't Ellingson, Westman was pretty much all of there for an opportunity as well.
For the Cardinals on the power play, number 4, Nathan Clark. For the assist, going number 37, Harry Cabell. And number 6, Kamani Moore. On the power play from Cabell and Moore.
And here's another one for the Orioles. goes as Westman was all alone and pumps that one in for his second of the night.
And he got rewarded for his performance on the last goal that got scored. So. And those gentlemen are going back to the bench now, probably for the remainder of the game. That showed me something. It showed me fight by Coon Rapids, and then it showed me definite fight by Osseo.
Osseo goal scored at 15-25, scored by number 17, Kane Westman. Those are the six scored number 25, Jack Pojar, and the number 23, Daniel Ellingson. Westman is second of the game from Pojar and Ellingson. Time of the goal is 15.
So we're under a minute to play here, and Osseo's lead is ballooned to 10-3 now. After that Coon Rapids goal got rid of running time to make it 8-3, then Ellingson and Westman continuing their huge nights with goals of their own. Rolled back into the Cardinal zone. Puck bounces just wide of the net, under 5 seconds to play. And we will reach the end of tonight's contest here at the Tin Bin at Dick Bra Arena. And quite a night for that first line for Osseo, as Ellingson getting 4 goals, and Westman a couple, and Pojar a couple, and
how many assisted? And that came through too, because
most of them involved passes from at least one to the other.
Yep.
And so
that was the fun part of watching it. They put it together so well as a group, and just put the points up there for themselves. So they got a legit line for this conference, by gosh.
So we hope you've enjoyed tonight's action here from the Tin Bin in Osseo. Our final is Osseo 10, Coon Rapids 3. Thanks for joining us for Northwest Suburban Boys Hockey here on CCX.